say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. Here with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And we've got Allie LaForce reporting from the sideline. And as always, the big part of the NBA season, quite a grueling part of the schedule. Mike, now let's check out how the standings are shaping up in the East. Taking a look at New York. Right now, they've compiled the third best record in the conference. And, of course, the Nets. They have a lot of ground to make up. So the Nets starting five. Porter and Clowney up in the forward spots. Demon's out there with Terrence Mann. And it's Claxton in at the five. And for New York, OG Anunoby is out there with Josh Hart. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Towns in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Greg, no secret that these teams don't like each other. Could things get a little chippy tonight?
It would not surprise me at all, Kevin. These teams, not only fierce rivals, but there's a little bit of animosity for one another. Throw in the fact that both these teams play in the same conference. Yeah, I'd say the spirits might be high tonight.
On the wing, Anunoby. Guarded by Porter. Anunoby kicks to Brunson. The three, and the three ball is good.
One of the things you love about Jalen Brunson, he takes quality shots. How about that look from three?
Pass to Clowney. Over Hart. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Now, here's Anunoby. Bridges for three. And again, New York with the triple.
Well, good position, feet set. Bridges totally ready to get the shot off and catch and shoot situations. Nicely done.
Now, Claxton. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. New York's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Hart, no good.
Boy, just tremendous effort on defense. That's a clear message from him. No easy buckets.
Pass to Porter. Wide open shot is on the money.
And a smooth shooting stroke off the catch. Porter clearly excels in those situations.
From deep, Brunson. It's hauled in by Claxton. Brooklyn's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Demon. On the wing, man. Three-pointer hits the three-point bomb.
When he's hitting that shot, this offense becomes scary, even more difficult to defend.
And what happens is the court just opens up. You like seeing him get into a rhythm from outside the arc. Love it.
Here's Bridges. Following the three-pointer by Brooklyn. Towns for three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Boy, you like to see that kind of competitiveness from Karl Anthony Towns. You know this guy is going to settle the score with a three of his own.
Here's Demon. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Buries the long-range jumper. Clowney's got his second bucket tonight.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Now, here's Bridges. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Brooklyn Nets. Last time they met was in Brooklyn.
Well, they made a few key shots, but missed many more. It was a rough night for them offensively.
You know what? There was a lot of standing around in that basketball game. Failing to move bodies and failing to move the basketball is a bad formula.
first quarter. We're about 3.5 minutes in. Brunson scanning the floor. Ball stolen. Here's Demon. He has yet to score. Pass to Man. Here's Demon. Pulls up. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And a big part of the Nets' shot diet comes, Doris, from beyond the arc. They love the three.
They do, Kevin, and for a team that struggles offensively and lacks interior scoring, firing away from distance gives them a puncher's chance every night.
The shot's good from Brunson.
Generously listed as 6'1", Jalen Brunson knows his way around the inside and painted area. Look out.
And here are the Nets. They're on a 13-5 run here. Pass to Clowney. Back to Man. From downtown, it's rebounded by Towns.
If he's got that much space, he's got the green light. He just doesn't make it.
Hard inside. And Towns throws it down.
I'll tell you, so many different aspects to his offensive arsenal. Towns flashing solid handle ability.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Outside Porter. Here's the three. The Knicks pull it in. Towns has got 4 rebounds now tonight. On the wing, Anunoby. 9-point game his last outing. The three, Bridges. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 or 3 so far.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
Brooklyn with the ball. After Mikal Bridges hitting the three. Man. To the inside. Here's Demon. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Bridges outside. Hart with the screen for Bridges. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
How about the range from Mikal Bridges? Not intimidated by the extra distance.
And so, Jordy Fernandez decides to call timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Take a moment to see which squads have been the most dominant on the glass this season. Here are the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. Number 5, the Knicks.
You know, it's not necessarily a glamour stat, but make no mistake, their top-notch board work has been a huge key to their success.
Claxton with it. Still scoreless. Pass to man. Will it go? It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got his 6th rebound on the night. Greg, everything they're doing is working right now.
Good run they have going right now. The momentum is huge.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Nets trail by 6. Now, man. Here's Clowney. He has 5. And the Nets miss again.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
The offensive skill set for Karl Anthony Towns, Greg is a 7-footer, is very special, to say the least.
The outstanding shooting, the post play, and he's worked on his defense. He may never be elite at that end, but he ignites an offense.
Here's Clowney. The Knicks making the shot. There's Porter with the 3. Rebounded by Hart.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Brunson the pass to Towns. Hart outside. Clock at 6. Here's Towns. It drops for his 3rd basket. He's missed only 1 shot.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
And so, Jordy Fernandez decides to call timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. Different look for New York. Robinson comes in for Karl Anthony Towns, and it's Clarkson in for Josh Hart.
Mitchell Robinson, Jordan Clarkson.
Now Claxton. Nothing on the board. Here's Demon. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Listen, let's not put it lightly. This guy has really struggled here.
Pass to Brunson. Robinson kicks to Anunoby. Clarkson for 3. Sinks the 3-pointer. And the Knicks lead by 13.
And the defense is in disbelief here. Triple after triple.
Here's Demon. Defended by Bridges. Outside Porter to end the drought. Robinson pulls it in.
Well, it isn't for a lack of effort when it comes to getting up the 3-pointers, but not much to show for it. He's going to lose the green light here very early in this game if this keeps up.
Bridges finds Brunson. If we look back at when things began to shift for the Knicks, Doris had started with Jalen Brunson.
Well, I think certainly, Kevin, he is exactly the kind of leader you would want. Is he highly skilled? Of course he is. But he's about the work every day, and he sets the tone for his team.
That one falls for Brunson. Doris, I'd have to imagine game 2 of a back-to-back is a big test of a player's stamina.
You're exactly right, Kevin. And it's not just the physical stamina, it's the emotional stamina to hang in when your body is absolutely tired. But the great players, the ones we love to watch, embrace this challenge.
He makes 1 of 2 that time. And the Knicks, Doris, making some aggressive moves in recent years, loading up for a title run, and they came close.
And Kevin, this after years of patience and methodical building. You give away 5 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges, and of course you give away Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo to give Karl Anthony Towns. They haven't quite reached the summit, will they?
And the Knicks with possession here, following the three-pointer by Brooklyn. Back to Brunson, beyond the arc. Rebound by Williams.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Pass to Demon. Back to Thomas. Unloads. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
A walking bucket. That is Cam Thomas.
The Knicks leading by 9. Brunson outside. Brunson a screen on Thomas. A shot by Clarkson, no good. Nets shooting at around 44% in the early goings here. Demon, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
And easy to understand why many believe Porter is the complete package, skilled at making the correct pass.
And here are the Knicks. Brunson kicks to Anunoby. Clarkson outside. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Here's Demon. Brunson covering. Count the basket. Now just a 5-point Knicks lead.
Well, at the rim, that's just a matter of size differential, right? That's usually the result.
And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
Total embarrassment. I was shocked at how poorly they played. I think they were shocked.
Well, frankly, they should be shocked. I mean, that kind of effort simply won't cut it in today's NBA. Let's see if they take any lessons from it.
Different look for New York. Towns, he's checked in for OG Anunoby. Andrew Shamet comes in for Bridges. And Miles McBride subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Shamet up top. He's guarded by Williams. And the Knicks miss again.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Pass to Traore. There's 1:26 left in the first quarter. Now Sharp. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And in a little over a decade, the Nets, GA, having to rebuild from the ashes of two super team iterations.
The short time span between shows how quickly they can turn things around, and with a treasure trove of picks in the coming years, they look to climb that mountain once again.
He's off on the first. And Doris, you see the talent on this Knicks squad, but there's always been questions about the intangibles they possess.
What's fascinating, Kevin, is this team built slowly and methodically and with great patience. And then they took a couple of big swings. It doesn't result in a championship, and now you evaluate everything.
1:21 left to play in the first. The Knicks leading by 4. McBride passes to Towns. Back to McBride. 6 to shoot. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Towns has got 3 assists now in this one.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by Brooklyn.
Here's Traore. He's coming off a 10-point game against Phoenix. Nets passing it around. Wolf passes to Thomas. Shoots over Clarkson. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Boy, defense has to feel fortunate there. That's one he normally knocks down.
Outside, Towns. Bangs home the trifecta. And it's a 9-point Knicks lead.
Well, he's had a one-track mind this quarter, and that is score the basketball.
Knicks lead 34.
And here are the Nets. Here's Traore. Scoreless thus far. There's the pick. Outside Williams. From outside the arc. It's good from long range.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. Knicks lead by 6. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Knicks.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
Yeah, and what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
We've got Mitchell Robinson. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Landry Shamet. Then there's Miles McBride. And it's Clarkson in its shooting guard. That's the 5 for New York right now. And here's Sharp. After Jordan Clarkson hitting the 3. Williams inside. He's covered by Shamet.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
And McBride gets it to go.
You can tell Karl Anthony Towns is about the team. This guy's solid at working the basketball around.
And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Outside Thomas. Pass to Traore. Lays it up off the glass.
Bang, bang. Doesn't get much simpler than that.
And here's Clarkson. He brings it up for the New York Knicks. They've led by as many as 14 points. Down low, here's Towns, and Towns throws it down.
Really good execution by Jordan Clarkson. As a coach, you're always looking to maximize your team's consistency. That's good offense.
Nets trail by 11. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Pass to Williams. Here's the screen. Fires from deep. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Towns has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Here's Robinson. And then Robinson slams it in.
Oh, boy, 7 foot and athletic. That is spectacular by Mitchell Robinson.
And a good-looking view of that throwdown from the AT&T Connected Cam. The Nets have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Hey guys, those who've worked with Nets coach Jordi Fernandez rave about his people skills. He said, quote, "Am I very good at it? I don't know, but I try because I think it's important. When you have that relationship, especially in the tough moments, is when you can break through and be successful. Without it, it's tough, so you try to build it." Back over to you guys.
Thank you, Allie. Clarkson against Thomas. Shots good by Clarkson. Clarkson's got 5 points in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And so, Jordi Fernandez decides to call timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Chance here to check out some stats for Jalen Brunson.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Thomas passes to Mann. Porter looking it over. The Nets working the ball around now. 5 on the clock. Mann finds Thomas. And the Nets miss again.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Here's Clarkson. Porter pulls it in. Porter's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Williams dishes to Porter. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one is on top. GA, you hear about 3-level score, but is it just 3 levels?
Great point. Kevin, you've got guys with that deep range, and there's a difference between the mid-range game, those floaters, the little 12-footers, and those deep 2s as well. So maybe 5-level score is complete. Think of like a 5-2 player in baseball.
First free throw is good. And going back a bit, the Nets regaining a lot of their draft picks, Doris, from the Rockets. One of the more interesting trades that we've seen.
Well, they gave away a ton of those picks to acquire James Harden when they believed they had a championship window. And now in recovering them, Brooklyn able to benefit from the draft to try to position themselves for that all-important rebuild. So critical that your big men be able to shoot free throws at a high rate.
Bridges right.
When Mikal Bridges saying, don't sleep on my athleticism, some big-time hops.
Nets trail by 13. Man with it. He's coming off a 10-point game against Phoenix.
And don't forget the sensational plays he made out there. He saw the court so well, firing perfect passes to teammates for wide-open shots.
Now here's Porter. Pass to Clowney. And he gets it to go. Clowney's got 7 points.
I'll tell you, allow him to get to a spot, and it's over, right? Defense unable to even challenge the shot.
Here's Brunson. He's coming off a 22-point game against Dallas. Over to the left wing. Towns against Porter. And that one's good. Towns has got 4 points now in the quarter.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
They set the screen. Thomas deciding where to go with it. Here's Man. No good from outside.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Bridges shot. Good.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
To the middle. Bridges with the steal. Pass to Anunoby. Now here's Towns. Defended by Man. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
Zador's with his diverse offensive repertoire. Karl Anthony Towns is a matchup nightmare.
Absolutely, Kevin. And the reason being, he's right. He's one of the greatest shooting bigs in history, but the man is a great straight line driver. Good luck checking him.
The first one falls.
Now, this guy is exceptional from the charity stripe. You want a guy like Karl Anthony Towns who can knock these down as a big.
The Knicks making a switch here. Hart's checked in, and a change for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Williams. So he gets them both.
And one of the game's elite shooters, and Towns' sweet stroke definitely extends to the free throw line.
Outside, Porter. Pass to Clowney. And here's Porter. Shot clock at 6. To halt the run. Good D by Anunoby. The Knicks leading by 18. And it's Hart penetrating. Out to Bridges. Lets it go with a 3. It's hauled in by Thomas. Brooklyn's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter.
Oh, fellas, that was a vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. For New York, they've gone 8 of 10 from the field here in the second quarter. You've got to like how they've shot the ball. Now, here's Hart. He's covered closely, really left alone that time. Anunoby's got 5.
Nice job by OG Anunoby to be aggressive from distance.
Knicks lead 57-38.
Pass to Clowney. Outside, Porter. Here's Clowney. Here's Man. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Brunson outside. Anunoby kicks to Bridges. No good on the triple.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Now, Man, he has 5. Outside, Thomas. Brunson with some nice D.
You know, for this team to win games, he knows he's got to be much more efficient than he's been.
Robinson's checked in for Towns. Demon, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Brooklyn Nets come into this one following a loss to Phoenix.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Well, the kind of low-energy effort they played with all night will make a coach absolutely crazy. You can't win if you don't play quality defense.
Now, man, after Mikal Bridges missing on that last three-pointer, knocks down the three ball. 8 points for him.
Boy, this guy, not necessarily a knockdown threat from deep, but when you give him that type of room, he will make you pay.
Brunson up top. 6 points for him. They kick out to Anunoby. Hart outside. Good on the three-point shot. Hart's got his second basket of the night.
Well, you see teams concede the three to Josh Hart at times. This guy's growing more and more confident.
Screen by Claxton. Traps in the tray. Porter's got 10 points in the game.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
And that one's good. Brunson.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Pass to Porter from past the arc. The Knicks pull it in. Now, here's Hart. 8 points his last outing. Here's Brunson. Bridges outside. Back to Brunson. Good. Nice job down low. Brunson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, don't be fooled by the height, guys. Brunson is a terrific finisher inside.
Here's Demon. Started by Robinson. Pass to Claxton. Now, man. Claxton is screen on Bridges. Here's Demon. Launches it. That shot misses.
I'll tell you, his teammates are going to start to freeze this guy out if he keeps taking threes like this.
Here's Anunoby. And there are the Knicks with another bucket.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
And the athleticism and size of Porter creates problems for the defense. Hard to guard without getting physical.
Porter Jr. at the line. 2 shots.
That one is off.
He does a great job of drawing contact and getting himself to the line, something he didn't do in the first period.
And he sinks the second.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Hart outside. Pass to Bridges for the three. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
And what a huge performance for him. I mean, he drained 3 3-pointers in that first quarter, and he's got 2 more here in the second.
Here's Claxton. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Phoenix.
And let's talk about his passing, guys. Let's remember he also did an excellent job of finding guys in their right spots.
Brunson, good.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
for the Nets. They're shooting around 41% on the night. Here's Claxton, and it goes out of bounds. That went off Robinson.
Rim protection at its finest. Mitchell Robinson, such a presence.
And now let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing when to rise up and swat that one away.
1:06 left in the first half of basketball. Claxton, a screen on Brunson. To the right side. 5 to shoot. Here's Demon. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
Assisted by
Demon's got 8. The Knicks shooting an unreal 70% from the field, making a mockery of this defense. Pass to Bridges. There's the 3. It's hauled in by Michael Porter. Porter's got 7 rebounds in the game. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game. And Claxton throws it down.
Claxton, an elite finisher at the rim. That is nicely done.
And so here is New York. And here's Brunson. He's got 13. Rebound, Brooklyn. Porter's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Pass to Claxton. Here's Demon. Off target with his 3. Mikal Bridges has been the guy making things happen for New York. He ends up dropping in 2 from distance, making a difference from long range in this one. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
Greetings, Shaq, Kenny, and EJ here as we tip off the show with a look at our midseason Eastern Conference standings.
Checking out New York. I had them as a top team before the season, and now I'm picking them to make the finals. Tell me I'm wrong, Kenny. You can't, because I'm right. 2 + 2 is 5.
And as much as it pains me, I have to agree with Big Fella.
And let's talk now about the game we've been watching. What a terrific first half for the New York Knicks.
They're going to the arc, drilling shots, making it look simple, even by today's standards.
Yeah, you'd think a defense now would be more prepared to guard the three-point line, but that hasn't been the case. And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
Wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. What a game we're seeing from Mikal Bridges.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Brooklyn with the ball, setting the floor for the Nets. Porter and Clowney up in the forward spots. Terrence Mann is out there with Demon. And it's Claxton in at the 5 down low. Now here's Porter. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Demon. Shoots over Bridges. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Bridges misses.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Mann. And stolen by Anunoby. Takes it inside.
OG Anunoby, such a nice blend of power and skill. You see it right there.
First team foul.
And when you watch OG Anunoby, what stands out most to you, Doris?
Oh, Kevin, you can't make me pick just one. I mean, this guy is elite on the defensive end of the floor. He's always going to give you great effort. And you better look out on the offensive end. OG Anunoby is starting to become a problem.
That's good from Anunoby. DB, it's hard to believe, but OG Anunoby is still in his 20s. He clearly has room to grow.
The league better look out, because OG Anunoby is starting to understand he can be a force on the offensive end. We already know he's a menace defensively. What you love about OG Anunoby, this guy widely regarded as one of the league's top defenders, guys, but he's starting to become a more consistent scorer now as his career has gone on.
Outside, Porter. Nets passing it around. Demon. And the three off target.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Anunoby passes to Hart. From deep, Brunson makes that one his 6th of the night. Shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
What a confident stroke from Jalen Brunson. This guy doesn't have to dominate with the ball in his hands.
Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. On the wing, Porter. Claxton the pass to Porter. And the Nets miss again.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Here's Brunson. Towns from deep three-point range. The rebound by Demon. Brooklyn's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. To the paint, and stolen by Anunoby. And Brunson has it in the corner. And there's the foul. It'll go on Terrence Mann. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Bridges with it. He's got 17. Shot clock at 5. Inside. Hart, that's good. Hart's got 7.
That's all grit from Josh Hart. This guy will mix it up on the interior.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Thank you. Mikal Bridges is very comfortable with his mid-range and in-between game. He said when it comes to the basketball court, it's not just the rims and the threes. You have the rest of the court, too. Now, not everyone is effective with those middle-distance shots, but Mikal always has been. Kevin?
Oh, yeah. He can knock them down. Thanks a lot, Allie. Here's a peek now at the 2K leaderboard. This year, these teams have made the most of their offensive rebounds. Number 5, the Knicks.
And just having a terrific year on the offensive glass, it's because everybody buys in. Not just the big men, but even the guards are getting in on the act.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Porter, a screen on Bridges, looking to end the run. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Boy, that was a much-needed bucket in the second half. They're now 1 for 5.
Brunson outside. And the rejection by Claxton. Porter in the corner. Pass to Clowney. Now, man. Trey. Knicks with the rebound. Towns is... Hart kicks to Brunson. Towns sets the pick for Hart. Back to Towns. And Towns throws it down.
The problem is the defense has now allowed Karl Anthony Towns to establish the rhythm. Now you've got to double him or get it out of his hands because he's cooking right now.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Porter outside. It's rebounded by New York. Towns has got rebound number 15 here tonight. Here's Bridges. Clowney pulls it in. The Nets shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. On the wing, Porter. Drills it from outside. Porter's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And such a sharp shooter from outside the arc. Porter just superb at knowing when to fire from deep.
Brunson outside. Anunoby finds Towns. Towns is doubled. And here's Brunson outside. Good, and his assist goes to Towns. Towns has got his 7th assist in the game. Here's Demon. 8 points for him. Porter, no luck.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Hart the pass to Towns. Brunson outside. Over Demon. Rebounded by the Nets.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Here's Demon. Claxton a screen on Anunoby. And he's good on the 3-ball. Mann's got 11 points.
Well, listen, he may not be lights out, but if you give him that good a look, he's going to hurt you.
Bridges kicks to Brunson. Out left to the wing. That's a 2 from Towns. It's hauled in by Michael Porter. Porter's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. And the shot falls short this time.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
Now here's Towns. He's got 18. For 3, Bridges. It's not going to go for him.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Pass to Demon. Claxton a screen on Bridges. Porter, no luck.
I'm not sure he expected to be that wide open and yet somehow comes away empty.
Claxton against Hart. Over Claxton. And the rejection by Claxton. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. And a new group in for the Knicks. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Josh Hart. Landry Shamet comes in for OG Anunoby. Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Bridges. And Miles McBride subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Thomas is checked in. Shot clock at 2. And there it is for him. McBride's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting 39% from the floor at their best. To the inside. Nets passing it around. There's Thomas with the 3. Good on the triple. Thomas got 8 points.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Here's Clarkson. He's got 8. Towns in the corner from deep. Gets in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
60.
Claxton the pass to Thomas. For 3. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got 9 rebounds now tonight. In the corner, it's Clarkson. Now McBride. He has 6. Clarkson outside. Offline with his 3.
Boy, they've done a good job overcoming his offensive struggles. He's got to be very thankful for his teammates.
Pass to Claxton. Now, man. Now, here's Thomas. Thomas with another miss. You know, Greg, talking about Cam Thomas now, what are some things you'd like to see him improve on?
Well, I'd say defense first and foremost. If he's able to improve there, as well as his passing and playmaking, watch out. He's already an incredible scorer.
The defense must chase Karl Anthony Towns off that three-point line. This guy is such a great jump shooter.
Back to man. Pass to Thomas. And they pick up 2. He's got 10.
Wow, the defense trying to overpower Cam Thomas, and he was having none of it.
Now, here's Shamet. Hasn't made one yet. Now, McBride. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
Yeah, that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Here's Demon. 8 points for him. And Claxton throws it down.
Well, Claxton could have an apartment up near the rim. These dunk attempts are routine.
And they are really racking up the assists in this one.
And their team chemistry is evident. These guys enjoy playing with one another.
Now here's Towns. He's got 24. Can't cash in from close range. Here's Demon. Defended by McBride.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Pass to man. Here's Clowney. Connects from 3-point range. Clowney's got 10.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
For your Knicks, Devin Ashbrook. Keep it up for.
For New York. And a look at the block shot number over the last few seasons for Nicholas Claxton.
Unfortunately, his block numbers have been going down the last couple seasons. Offensive players seem to have figured out ways to get around him to limit his impact.
They are enjoying the commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
Nets shooting 39% from the floor since the half. Not really what they had in mind. It's Thomas on the wing. Guarded by Robinson.
And the way they have controlled the glass this game, really impressive.
And bottom line, more boards means more possessions. That's how you build a lead.
Now, here is Robinson. Here's Shamet. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. Shamit's got himself on the board with 3 there.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Bounce pass, Thomas. And there's the drive. Pass to Traore. And here is Williams. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Williams, 3 points.
McBride with the ball. He's got 9. Outside, Robinson. Here's Clarkson. Yep, that one goes in there. Clarkson's got 10 points.
Well, Jordan Clarkson, a nice, efficient look there. Boy, that'll help your percentages.
Porter, a screen on Clarkson. To the middle. And finished off by Porter.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
Cameron Thomas.
23 seconds left here in the third quarter. Clarkson against Thomas. And here's Clarkson. 10 points for him. Yabusele, a screen on Thomas. And so it's New York leading by a full 31 points at the end of the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We'll get you back to the action after this break. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. We've got Miles McBride. Clarkson is out there with Mitchell Robinson. And it's Kolek in at the point. That's the 5 for New York right now. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. DB, we saw a move by the league to let a little bit more contact go. Have they been consistent with that, or do you see some backpedaling at all?
I don't see any backpedaling at all. I think maybe the area where you most see this manifest is the point of attack dribble. That first dribble, defenders are really able to attack defensively. Listen, this is a hard thing. You want to bring more physicality back, but you've got to do it carefully.
And so Clarkson will bring it up for New York. There's a good screen over Williams. A shot by Clarkson, no good. Drives to the hoop. The kick out to Porter. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's Traore. Pass to Williams. 6 to shoot. Wants to get it to Robinson and does. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Here's Kolek. Back to McBride. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Now here's Porter, and Thomas has it in the corner. Over McBride. Thomas, no luck. This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
And he comes up with the deuce.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. to the paint. Here's Wolf. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Wolf got his first 2 points. Now Clarkson. Pass to Hukporty. Back to Clarkson. Hey, Doris, for a GM trying to build a championship level roster, what's one thing that can really help?
I think the way the salary cap is constructed, maybe the single most important thing you can do as a GM is draft well. You have to be able to find players who can contribute right away. And talent evaluation is not an exact science. The ones who do it well and don't miss on those big-time picks, that is a huge deal. Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication there. They'll want to talk about that one.
And the Knicks making a change here. Yabusele's checked in. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for the Nets. For New York, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Yabusele in the post. Porter's there. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Hey guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Knicks?
And guys, how about the unselfishness and all about working that ball around, shifting the defense, and just seeking out the best shot?
Boy, the long ball has been another point of emphasis for this group tonight. Their shooters are finding open spaces and firing without hesitation.
No good on that one. He hits the second from the line. It's the Nets now. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. It's Claxton high post. Robinson on him. Here's Porter. Outside for Thomas. Just 5 to shoot. Over McBride. Thomas's shot is off. New York shooting 61% from the field, showing some marvelous touch out there. Clarkson on the wing. Drills the three-pointer.
He's hit 4 now from behind the arc, 2 in each half, making an impact.
Knicks lead, 113.
Here's Traore. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Here's Thomas. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. You know, Doris, whenever Cam Thomas gets the ball, you expect him to shoot it.
You do, Kevin. There's certain guys in the league that always have the green light, and Cam Thomas, one of those guys. This guy legitimately, on a nightly basis, can put up huge scoring numbers.
That free throw good from Thomas. LDB, something that never seems to go away during the season is chatter about trades.
And Kevin, what makes this so interesting is that very often fans of this league are as interested in trades, who's coming and going, as they are in the results of their team. It's a little intrigue that everybody wants a piece of.
And both free throws good for Thomas. And with NBA defenses more spread out than ever, Doris, teams are getting more aggressive, looking for offensive rebounds.
They are, Kevin, because it can be a valuable asset to get extra possessions. You're winning on the margins if you do that. And let's remember, certain guys just have a knack for getting offensive rebounds, so why not let those guys work?
And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for the Nets. Outside, Porter. Pass to Thomas. Good, and a nice assist from Porter.
Assist from
Porter's got his 3rd assist on the night.
You just can't let Cam Thomas get that kind of position. It's playing with fire. He's got such a knack to score it.
Now, here is Robinson. Now, here's Clarkson. Lets it go. Brooklyn with the rebound. Porter's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Pass to Troy. There's a screen by Porter. Here's Troy. Back to Porter. Fires the three. Rebounded by Clarkson.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
In transition, here come the Nets. Got that one up quick. Porter's got 21 in the game.
A high-level athlete with great run and jump ability. Porter finishes well in transition.
The Knicks have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Pass to McBride. Well, Doris, clearly the NBA award voting is an imperfect process and is often the cause of some intense debate.
Just look at the most valuable player debate over the last 5 or 6 seasons. You've had guys neck and neck for maybe the most prestigious award in the league. And one of the things that frustrates me, Kevin, is when a player has won multiple MVP and voter fatigue comes into place. It drives me nuts.
Each trip down becoming more important.
And you need to string some successful offensive possessions together and play tough D.
Mitchell Robinson on the floor for his defense unequivocally, but this young guy is really coming on the offensive end. Great job drawing the contact.
At the line, 2 shots.
And that one falls for Robinson.
Now, the one challenge Mitchell Robinson has had through the early portion of his career is a little bit of foul trouble. Nice to see him get to the line for a little bit of payback. One thing we know about him, he's got to stay on the floor to be effective.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Clowney's checked in. Mann subbed in for Thomas. He's off on the second. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Right wing. Here's Demon. Mann passes to Porter. So, Doris, when it comes to punishing flopping, the acronym is STEM, and you can walk us through this. STEM.
That's right, Kevin. Secondary, theatrical, embellished movements. Players are always going to embellish contact because they want to make sure the official sees it. What the league doesn't want are the flailing pirouettes, the exaggeration or feigning of contact. Those actions will be penalized.
Down low, Robinson. Good defense by Claxton. For Brooklyn, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Pass to Porter. Lets the three fly. Nailed from three-point land. Porter's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for Brooklyn. Here's Kolek. Here's Dadier. Sinks that one from the post. Dadier's got his first basket of the night.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Mann with it. Here's Claxton, guarded by Robinson. Pass to Demon. And he banks in the layup.
They're going to have to come up with a better matchup. This guy just too much speed.
New York shooting it well here in the fourth quarter, 50%. Here's Dadier. Now Robinson. Claxton covering, and Robinson throws it down hard.
Well, Mitchell Robinson knows who he is, a vertical spacer. What a pretty dunk.
Nets have gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. Been some solid looks for them. Now Claxton. Here's Porter. And he makes good on the layup. 26 points for Michael Porter.
Nicholas Claxton.
For New York, they've gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. There's a screen by Robinson. Bobbed up there for Robinson. Claxton with the steal. Now here's Porter. Pass to Mann. The Nets working the ball around now. And it's Demon missing. The Knicks shooting about 59% from the floor offensively. They've been running without a hitch. Here's Clowney. Left side, Porter. From the arc. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Pass to Dadier. Here's Kolek. Clock at 6. And finished off by Robinson.
Yeah, good awareness by Mitchell Robinson. Reads the coverage and capitalizes as a roller.
92.
And here are the Nets. They're on a 16-7 run. Mann with it. Porter outside. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Porter Jr.
Porter's got 29 in the game.
And it took him a little while, but he's really got that three working now. This has been a different quarter for him.
Here's Kolek. There's a screen by Robinson to the middle. And Robinson throws it down hard. That gives him a double-double in this one. 11 points and 12 rebounds.
Boy, how about the timing, the delivery? That is exactly how you set a teammate up.
Brooklyn's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times. Pass to Porter, takes a 3, and the Nets another 3.
And so many teams now look to establish the perimeter to set up everything else.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
Here's Dadier. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Pass to Demon. Three-pointer. Sinks the triple.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for New York.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so all the hard work here tonight converted into a tally in the win column. It'll be number 26 on the year. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Karl Anthony Towns.
He was their catalyst tonight, the straw that stirs the proverbial drink.
.111 left in the fourth quarter. Fires from the wing. And there are the Knicks with another bucket.
It works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Pass to Porter. Lets it go from deep. Kolek grabs the miss. New York's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. 43 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Clarkson for 3. Clowney pulls it in. Here's Demon. We got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's rebounded by New York. The clock now can just run out for the Knicks. And here's Clarkson. So no problem for New York as they get the win. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Dorisburg, Greg Anthony and our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in tonight. And now, our player of the game, Karl Anthony Towns.